Hello friends, welcome to Life is Not a Casserole Running, my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for watching while I talk about running my first 50-mile race. We are 1 week out. That's insane. That's actually like madness that it's only 1 week away until the 50-mile race. I am in TAPER, so I'm not doing a lot of running anymore. So this week is all about resting and keeping up with my PT, just getting a couple easy miles in, and also packing and planning. This 50 mile that I'm running is not a local race. It is going to be a racecation. So we are going to be flying down to Arizona, and I'm going to be running the MCDOWELL Mountain Frenzzy 50-mile race. I am packing for the MCDOWELL Mountain, what's it called? The MCDOWELL Mountain Frenzzy 50-mile race in McDowell Regional Park, just north of Fountain Hills, Arizona. It seems to be a suburb of Phoenix. And look at this mess. We've got so much to do. I'm on the race webpage basically, and I'm reading it very carefully, figuring out everything that I need for this race, looking at elevation maps, looking at drop bag locations. Also, can I just say, the person that wrote this webpage has a real, I've got a pretty sarcastic sense of humor, not a lot of people get it, kind of vibe going on with it. If it's you, are you a Gen Xer? Be honest.
I'm not great at the advice. Can I interest you in a sarcastic comment?
I went to Arizona to like the Grand Canyon when I was maybe 13 or 14 with my family, but other than that, I've never been to southern Arizona. I've never been to the desert, so I think it'll be a fun time. It'll be really pretty scenery, if nothing else. And with all of the packing and the planning and the preparing and the trying to anticipate, like what could go wrong? What am I gonna need on this race? It can cause a little bit of panic. It can cause a little bit of stress. I've been trying really hard not to let any stress or any insecurities get to me. I think it's really easy to let all of those things just drive you insane. I was on one of my easy 3-mile runs on Thanksgiving, actually. The gravy master. We are making Thanksgiving food. We have our tofu main dish in the oven. It's a breaded tofu. We've got some tofu gravy here that we made with the marinade from the tofu. And we've got some butternut squash a la Tobin's with some cheese in it. And we have stuffing from a box.
And don't forget.
And delicious cranberry sauce. And I was thinking about all of these thoughts that were circulating in my head, all of these what ifs, all of these, made up scenarios are going through my mind. And this line from the Baghavad Gita popped up in my head. It's kind of a popular phrase that you see sometimes if you're looking up like inspirational quotes, but it's from chapter 2. This is our literature corner that we're in now, I guess. The line is, "Your authority is in action alone and never in its fruits. Motive should never be in the fruits of action, nor should you cling to inaction." And I really like this phrase. Before we dive into it, I would like us to just appreciate the text by putting it in context before we pull it out of context and apply it to running. The Baghavad Gita takes place in the middle of this battlefield, and it's a conversation between Arjuna, who is a warrior, and he's caught in the middle of this, basically a civil war between his brothers, his cousins, his teachers, and he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight his family, his friends. He wants to lay down his weapons and stop being a warrior, and he would rather live the rest of his life as a beggar than fight in this war. And the god Krishna, he's disguised as Arjuna's chariot driver, and he tells him it doesn't really matter what he wants to do. His purpose in life is to be a warrior, and it doesn't really matter in the end whether he kills or is killed. Humans are born, humans die, and the soul can't ever really be killed. So just fight. Do what you're meant to do. Be remembered as a warrior and not a coward, and don't get attached to what is going to happen, what the outcome will be of this mess. And so within this, Krishna tells Arjuna, your authority is in action alone and never in its fruits, meaning you can do the thing and you should do the thing, but the results aren't really up to you. And I think there is definitely universal wisdom in this passage. I mean, it's impossible not to read something without interpreting it based on your own life experiences, but I think it's not a stretch to take this and apply it to running, because you can do all the things you can to prepare, but the end really isn't up to you. There's so many things that are out of your control that can affect your results. And we have a lot of phrases like this, don't we? Like, que sera, sera, whatever happens, happens. When you make plans, God laughs. Let the cards fall where they may. But all of these phrases imply a futility in planning, of preparing, of even doing anything about it. Like, why don't we all just sit on our laurels and watch Breaking Bad on repeat? Because if we try to do anything, there's a possibility that we'll fail and things won't turn out right.
Try not. Do. Or do not. There is no try.
And obviously that is stupid. But this passage in the Bhagavad Gita says that while the results might be out of your control, you should still do the thing. That the joy, the beauty is in the doing. It's in the running itself. The finish line doesn't actually matter. Your authority is in the action. You've trained to the best of your ability. What happens now is in many ways out of your control. The weather could be freaky. Your flight could be delayed. You could have a bad night's sleep because your hotel pillow was too lumpy. You could trip on a rock and mess up your knee in the middle of the race. A UFO could suck the battery power out of your headlamp. You could miss the cutoff time because a buffalo decided to take a nap in the middle of the trail. So I have prepared for this race. I've run long distances. I've practiced eating solid food while I run. I'm packing bug repellent, sunscreen, anti-chafing hiking poles, all the things that I would want to bring while I'm on a trail in the outdoors. I've got maps on my Garmin watch and a physical map. I'm doing everything in my power to prepare for this race, and in the end, I might fail. I might not be able to finish the race. And yeah, that would suck. I've worked really hard, but also I've worked really hard and I am proud of that. I am proud of having done the training. And even if I fail, that doesn't mean I'm not going to run this race. It doesn't mean that I shouldn't be proud of myself for trying. After all, as another cliche saying goes, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Michael Scott. I mean, it's true, right? And with that, thank you so much for watching. I know some of you have some races coming up this winter, so good luck. You have got this. And the next time you hear about this 50-mile training will be on the other side of our trip to Arizona, and the race will have finished. Whether I finish it or not, we'll find out. We'll see. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel, please like and subscribe, and take care, and happy holidays. Bye.